Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. I'm Greg, and today on Fun Star Wars Lists, we will be listing the top 9 Force users that did not have Sith Eyes and why. Counting up. At number 1, we have Mace Windu. Mace Windu is a Master Jedi on the Jedi Council. He is the only Jedi to possess a purple lightsaber, an item totally unique to him. No other Jedi is in possession of any lightsabers of this color, that color being purple. As we can see behind his purple lightsaber, Mace Windu, a Jedi Master on the Jedi Council, had perfectly regular eyes, a common feature of many Jedi. While many Sith, or users of the dark side of the Force, had a face deformation known as Sith Eyes, Mace Windu seems not to have this trait. I have multiple theories on this. I will list my theory below. In my opinion, Mace Windu, a Jedi Master in possession of a very unique purple lightsaber, has never truly engulfed himself in the dark side of the Force, which is why I believe many Sith, or users of the dark side of the Force, get this trait. Sith Eyes is a common trait of many Sith, which is where it gained the name Sith Eyes, as it is so common among the Sith. I believe, due to its common appearance among the Sith, that it has some correlation to the dark side of the Force, and Mace Windu, although his past is shrouded in mystery and his purple lightsaber is totally unique to him, has never been fully engulfed in the dark side of the Force. This is why I believe the Jedi Master, Mace Windu, did not have Sith Eyes. At number 2, we have Count Dooku. Now, unlike many other of the Force users on this list, Count Dooku was a Sith, otherwise known as a Force user who used the dark side of the Force to gain their power. Count Dooku, also known as Darth Tyrannus, was a Sith who operated under Senator Palpatine, also known as Darth Sidious, or Emperor Palpatine, or Sheev Palpatine. Count Dooku, as we can see in this picture, does not have Sith Eyes, a trait common among many Force users that use the dark side of the Force to gain their power. These people, also known as Sith, are often seen to have the facial deformation of Sith Eyes. Although this is the case, we can see that Count Dooku does not have Sith Eyes. I believe this is because Count Dooku only seeks to use the dark side of the Force to destroy the Republic, which he believes to have become corrupt. As Count Dooku seems to only be using the dark side of the Force for political goals and not pursuing the full power offered by the dark side of the Force, this is why I believe that Count Dooku does not have the deformation known as Sith Eyes. A common deformation among the Sith or other users of the dark side of the Force that Count Dooku does not have, based on how he was never truly engulfed in the dark side of the Force. Number 3. Pablo Jill, a male Ongri Jedi of the rank Jedi Knight. Now, we do not know much about the Ongri known as Pablo Jill, aside from the fact that Pablo Jill was a male Ongri Jedi Knight that participated in the Battle of Geonosis as a part of the Jedi Assault Team. Pablo Jill fought alongside the Jedi to free Jedi Knights Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, along with the Senator Padme Amidala from the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Another thing that we can see when we look at a picture of Pablo Jill is that he does not possess that common Sith feature, Sith Eyes. It is possible that the Ongri race is immune to the side effects of dark side use, as it is theorized that Pablo Jill was secretly a Sith Lord known as Darth Pablo Jill. So it could be that while Pablo Jill was fully engulfed in the dark side of the Force, his being a male Jedi Knight of the Ongri race, especially the latter, his being an Ongri, could mean that he did not suffer the common Sith deformation of Sith Eyes. This is a possibility as we do not see any other Ongri Sith in the galaxy that suffer from Sith Eyes, so we cannot predict that Pablo Jill, the Jedi Knight, would suffer from this feature, even as his theorized use of the dark side of the Force is true. Number 4. At number 4, we have Half-Double Ongri, also known as Single Ongri or Double Half Ongri. Half-Double Ongri was a male Jedi Knight of the race Ongri, who we do not see in the Star Wars series. Half-Double Ongri's backstory is shrouded in mystery, but it is hinted that he had never experienced the dark side of the Force. This leads me to believe that while, as I have previously stated, it is impossible to tell whether or not an Ongri is capable of possessing Sith Eyes, I believe that Half-Double Ongri is a pinnacle of the Jedi ways and would not have Sith Eyes even if he was capable. Number 5. Emperor Hirohito is a Neimoidian emperor from long before the time of the Separatists. Emperor Hirohito was known to be a very powerful Force user outside of the influence of the Jedi Council. While the morals of Hiro Ito are questionable, we know for definite that he was not a Sith, and that he was never fully engulfed in the dark side of the Force. This is why I believe the Emperor did not have Sith eyes, despite his similarities in name to Darth Sidious, also known as Emperor Palpatine. He had very few encounters with the dark side of the Force, and is one of the very few Force users of the Neimoidian race. Number 6. The Younglings. We do not see the Younglings often in the Star Wars galaxy, but we are constantly reminded of their presence due to the universal constant of aging. On the unfortunate occasions when one of these creatures of unknown race appears on screen, we are able to see that while they do possess many facial deformities, they do not possess the deformation common among Sith or other users of the dark side of the Force, known as Sith Eyes. The younglings are very young, as hinted in their names, which leads me to believe, besides their evil nature, they were never fully exposed to the dark side of the Force, meaning they did not have Sith eyes. Number 7. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda was a Sith Lord. It is unknown how Baby Yoda did not have Sith eyes, as we are able to see during The Mandalorian that Baby Yoda is fully engulfed in the dark side of the Force. This leads me to believe that Baby Yoda is such a powerful Sith Lord that he is able to conceal his Sith eyes through his powers. Here we have an accurate representation of Baby Yoda at a later stage in life. Number 8. Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto does not have Sith eyes, as we can see here. This is due to a lesser known fact about Kit Fisto. This fact about him that prevents him from gaining Sith eyes is that he is not a Sith. I do not know much about Kit Fisto, as I always found him to be a confusing character to grasp, so I didn't research much about him. But based purely on his appearance, primarily his lack of Sith eyes, I can tell that he probably has not fully, if ever, engulfed himself in the dark side of the Force. Now for some honorable mentions. Kinka Krinka, also known as the third Queen of Naboo. Kinka Krinka is an honorable mention, as I do not believe that Kinka Krinka was a very important character in the Star Wars galaxy, and although she was a Force user who did not possess Sith eyes. Newt Gunray. Newt Gunray was a Neimoidian separatist, who, although he did not have Sith eyes, I had to place him in the honorable mentions, as the Neimoidian Newt Gunray is not actually a Force user. Number 9. Background Jedi 7. Now, Background Jedi 7 is a very popular Jedi among the fans of the Star Wars franchise. Despite how idolized he is among the fans, his backstory is never fully expanded upon, and very little is known about him. One piece of information that I have discovered through my extensive research on this topic is that as a Padawan, Background Jedi 7 was forced to kill his master, a member of the Ongri race, who turned out to be a Sith Lord. His master was able to hide his use of the dark side of the Force for an extended period of time, as nobody in the Jedi Council was able to tell whether or not an Ongri can possess Sith eyes. After this traumatic experience, the Jedi Council was wary of Background Jedi 7 and refused to give him the rank of Master, as they did not know whether the Ongri had lured him to the dark side of the Force before his death. Despite all of these facts, we can see that in this image, Background Jedi 7 does not have Sith eyes, a common trait among the users of the dark side of the Force. This leads me to believe that Background Jedi 7 was never fully engulfed in the dark side of the Force. Thank you for watching our video on the top 9 Force users that did not have Sith eyes and why. Remember, these are only our opinions, and if you disagree or make any changes to this list, feel free to discuss it in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and ding that bell. I have been Greg, and this has been Fun Star Wars Lists. Tune in next time for more funky lists. And let the Force be by your side.